All right, I'll give you my thoughts on a controversial topic. Feel free to comment down below. Okay. I'm very sure that many of you will not agree with me on this. Now, if you actually see the Queen passed away, Queen Elizabeth, okay, the second, and obviously the protocol follows that Prince Charles should be king. Now, the majority of the folks they are okay with it. In fact, David Beckham literally stood in line for more than 12 hours, and then he went to pay respects to the Queen and even cried. Some people said, okay, he is doing it for publicity, he's trying to be famous, because he didn't have to stand in line. He could have, being a VIP, he could have skipped the line and get preferential treatment. I don't know why he did that, but I wouldn't have done that. I would have, at least that's me. I would have, if I could save time and pay my respects and go back, maybe he did it for publicity. Maybe. I'm not saying his feelings were fake. Or maybe, I guess he wants to show humility. Okay, whatever the case. You can tell me if you think what he did was fake or real in terms of that act, not the tears. Tears, I feel, come from the heart. Okay, anyway. So that was David Beckham. Now, the part that really gets to me is, these people who are putting up placards and signs. No, he's not my king. Down with the monarchy. And then you had one lady of African origin, or she's an activist and she stays in the UK and she's a citizen. So she's saying she was, bad mouthing the Queen and saying years of imperialism and colonialism, and you need to be part of the 21st century and down with the monarchy, and what is the use of the monarchy? Okay, whatever. Now, what do you think? Before I give my opinion, what do you think? Do you think the monarchy should be there? Do you think the monarchy shouldn't be there? Now, that's one question. The second question is this freedom of expression that people have. Okay, the freedom of expression means you can say whatever you want. So when Prince Andrew was walking in the procession, one guy started screaming something about him, and then some other protester dragged him and the police arrested him. And now where people are mourning, people are protesting, holding sign boards or sign cards or whatever, and the police are arresting them. So now freedom of expression. So what do you think about that? Do you think that is right? That is wrong? Do you think they should be arrested, shouldn't be arrested? You tell me, because I'll tell you now. These are my views. Number one is the monarchy, which is there. It has been there for so many years. So obviously people are now looking to modernize, have a change. You're no longer king in 21st century. Me, I'm old school. Like some of these youngsters, 20-year-olds, they like to use this term, oh, you're a boomer. I don't know if that is supposed to make me feel, oh, sheesh, I'm a boomer, I'm old. I'm old. I'm a boomer. You're a kid. So this name calling or tags doesn't mean jack shit. I was born in 1977, so obviously I belong to that generation. I believe there should be protocol. I believe there should be a system in place. I believe you can't modernize tradition, culture, which has been long held. Okay, if you're talking of something like barbaric, like stoning someone to death, or just because someone had a child out of wedlock, kill that child or kill the woman, or okay, fine, I agree with that. That is barbaric and that is evil, fine. Or if someone gets raped, you have to marry that person and celebrate. Okay. Or even for men, let's say someone is accused of something without justice, shoot him, kill him. Okay. But now, where respect is given to a hierarchical society, where you have to obey certain laws, do we start bringing in the argument that, oh, this is the modern generation, we don't have to do this? Then the question is, where do we draw the line? For example, I'll give you a simple thing. My mum and my stepfather, as long as I was with them, I always call them mum and dad. Okay? Today also, I consider them like a senior person, but I don't call them mum and dad because we are not close. And if I were to address her, because I don't respect her, because of the abuse that I faced all these years, I call them by their name. My mother's name, Helen. Pinto was my stepfather. I don't even want to call him that because I don't think he deserves that also. I wouldn't even call him an animal for the abuse that he made me go through. However, my aunts or some of my uncles or my other relatives who showed me love or who were nice to me, I call them auntie or I call them uncle. There were some Europeans who were like, oh, what is this auntie, uncle? Yuck, what? I said, no, that is the way I've been brought up. I call them with respect. They are my elders. My teachers, I never call them with their name. My mentors, even if today some of them may not be as rich or successful, that time I was lower than them. Today, maybe in some cases, I'm better than them. I still call them sir. I still call them like my elder, I give them the respect. The same protocol is followed in the army. No matter how modern the generation, no matter how futuristic or forward thinking you are, you follow protocol. You obey orders. And that is also followed in organizations and in families and countries. The problem is this modernization which has started. Like my own stepbrother, I think when he was 14 or 15, he started calling, not 14, I think 16, started calling my mother Helen. Sorry, in his 20s, Helen. Wouldn't call her mum. And stepfather would call, hey, Frederick. Found it so funny. And I didn't like it. I told him, what the hell are you calling them with the name? Hey, for what, man? And he was telling me that he went to Australia to become a pilot, and they call them with the name. I was like, this is not our culture. Don't call our elders by their name. You respect them. I don't know. I disagree with name calling. You don't call your mom and dad name. You give them the respect. Okay, if they have abused and they are assholes like my parents, fine. It's a different story. So for me, respect should be given. And there are certain protocols that have to be followed. There are certain hierarchies that have to be kept. There are certain traditions and cultures that have to be respected. So even, for example, in UAE, you have the ruler of the country. You can't turn around and say, I denounce you. You are equal to me. Yeah, when we die, we go to the ground. When I was young, in my 20s, and I was watching a tennis match, I remember these tennis players, when the queen came, obviously they have to give the respect, like bow like girls. So I was telling them, I'm not going to bow. I'm equal to you. In hindsight, when I look back, I was like, fuck, one arrogant trick, man, in those days. Today, I would give respect. I would bow. Because by virtue of birth or by the hierarchy, or you have to respect. Whether it's a college principal, whether it's your teacher, whether it's your elder. That's me. I don't know about you. I'm not saying that makes me better than you, but this is who I am. Even my wife, a mom and a late father, they might be poor, very, very poor. I still give them the respect. I call them Mama, Papa. I call them out of respect. I never call them by their names. Never. And I never disrespect someone because they're poor or whatever. Well, work is a different matter because you're talking of money. But generally, when I talk to people, I keep in mind certain factors. That's why in my groups, WhatsApp groups, anyone who's below our age, 40, they call sir, madam. I don't want any 20-year-old or 30-year-old calling us by the name now. Fuck off. Seriously, I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of my group. I don't mind even a small group. I have enough and more. 11, 12 groups full. I don't need more. I have the people I need. Okay, so that is one. What about the second one? Freedom of expression. Should you arrest someone for an opinion? Across the world, there are this new generation that is coming that wants to use this trump card, freedom of expression. Greta Thunberg lecturing the whole world. Then you have this woke new culture. Then you have transgenders who say, no, call me by my pronoun. Then you get people who have this opinion. And there are 500 different genders. You can be whatever. Zim, z, him, he, she, shim. Oh, just because you're older than me, why should I respect you? You earn your respect. That's what some people say. Even I've said that. But I'll come to that. So if someone is highly educated, it doesn't mean anything. If someone has more experience, it doesn't mean anything. Then everyone's equal, right? Then why do we need to have a hierarchy? Why do we need to have designations? Why in a company, why do you have CEO? Why don't we have all workers? Everyone's a worker. Then why do we have big salaries, small salaries? Let's have all equal salaries, right? Everyone's equal, right? Why don't we have, everything equal? Men and women equal. Everything should be equal. Salaries, designations. You're educated, not educated, same salary. You work hard or you work less, same. Everything same. No, Loy, not like that, not like this. No, this is what is happening when you give freedom of speech and expression, and then it follows up with self-entitlement. Just look at what has happened with this freedom of expression, especially in the West. Freedom to have guns. Okay? That is one freedom. They say guns don't kill people, people kill people. Yeah. So give everyone a gun, right? Okay. Oh, I'm free to choose my gender. Okay, fine. You're an adult. Children also are saying, I'm free to choose my gender. 3-year-old, 4-year-old. Oh, I believe I'm a girl. Why don't you believe you're a hippopotamus, a walrus? Then where does the madness end? Guy who's born American. I identify myself as Korean. These are actual incidents. A female who's white, she's saying, I identify myself as black. Where do you end? Then some people are saying more like, what? They want to be identified with whatever they feel like during that day. I want separate toilets. Why? Because I identify myself different. Oh, you're transphobic because you're not attracted to me. I'm a man, but I identify as a woman. You have to be attracted. What about females and males who are fat, overweight, seriously overweight, like that Lizzo? She keeps putting bathroom photographs in the toilet. She keeps showing her rear end. She expands her butt cheeks. She expands it to show you this is natural. So where do you draw the line? See, now for example, in India, you have the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. You have senior officials. I see so many youngsters giving bad words to even senior people like that. Now, I might disagree with the views from Shashi Tharoor to Rahul Gandhi to Narendra Modi. But when you have to respect, you have to respect, right? Like if I were to meet Rahul Gandhi today, I consider him. There's something seriously funny about that guy. I mean, you can just check his public address. He talks utter nonsense. But if I were to see him, I would say, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, or, give him the respect. So, you have to give respect. They occupy positions of power. What, you're going to look at someone, the president of a country, hey dude, hey bro. Yeah, this is what today's generation is, no? Freedom of expression. You get females who say, freedom of expression, so see my period blood. It's normal, it's natural, it's beautiful. They smear period blood on their face and say, it's natural. So now what you're going to say, that is wrong? Why don't we say everything? Then say, no, we have to draw a line. These lines were drawn many, many years ago. Now what is happening is every individual believes, oh, my freedom of expression. So people who have not achieved anything in life, forget career, forget money, they have not achieved a single thing in their life. Just still dependent on their parents. Oh, I have a right. Then get the fuck out of the house. No, you have to take care of me. Yeah, says who? Oh, a violation of my rights. I'll tell you, if from my wife to my kid, if they start asking like that, throw them bloody out. Go work. And if anyone has a problem on YouTube or social media, hey, how bad you are, yeah, take care of them. You spend your money, take care of them. Give all your money, life savings, take care of them. Very easy to talk, man. See, freedom of expression, fine, but you need to know where to draw the line. That way, we are even having actual people who are saying pedophiles are not bad people. They just love little people. They don't call children as children, they call little people. Or they want to show their love to little people. The world has become mad place. You might say, no, Loy, this is only saying no to the king. No, these people who are nothing and nobody, who just want some importance and have some followers, they start spewing their nonsense, and that in turn gives rise to more idiots, which in turn gives rise to madness. And that is a problem in our society today. From guns to transgender to open sex to being identified through their pronouns to, oh, I'm offended. This is all opinion and freedom of expression, which has not caused anything good but caused harm, chaos, and more problems. What I believe is you need to earn your stripes. You need to earn it. Only then you talk. Just you give any Tom, Dick, and Harry freedom of this and that, this utter chaos. Best example, look at USA. Best example, USA and Canada. See how much of chaos and nonsense is going on there. And from there, you can go to any other country, any part of the world. Same nonsense. That is why China, or for that matter, even Russia, you might say it's autocratic and at least there is order. At least people follow protocol. For that matter, even India, there are mad people out there who get influenced by the West. But there is, thankfully, a good majority that keep their values intact. Common sense. Sad that they don't get the required publicity. Only these mad extreme cases get. So bottom line for me is this denying the king and all that. Get the fuck out of that country and go somewhere else where the country is what you want. This, disrespecting years and years of tradition, culture, that also which doesn't harm you, you're a fucking idiot, yeah. And the second one, freedom of expression. You need to earn your stripes to have that freedom. Not be some freeloader or piece of shit or a nothing or nobody or some bloody kid behind the keyboard warrior talking all big, big, big. But in real life, forget your own people. Nobody, not even the street dog, that he gives you respect. But online, you become a alpha male. Chaos, man. Utter fucking chaos. Anyway, this is my view. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong and tell me your views. All right? You guys take care. Me signing off. Ciao.